If you've been following American politics for a while, you might remember Fox News doing about 1,000 segments on so-called Obama phones for years and years because there was like a subsidy so that people could have phones which are required to participate in our economy and workforce. I have a feeling they're gonna be less interested in Trump phones. And the exciting thing about Trump phones is that you already have one. Hundreds of millions of people do. It's just a phone that now is not gonna be anywhere near as private as it was because ICE is buying all of this software being paid for by the government that lets them just access your private information across a wide range of incredibly popular apps. And so you're just gonna be going about your day on your phone and maybe ICE is listening in. Maybe ICE is reading your messages, and that is brought to you by Donald Trump, mass deportation, and his fabulously well-funded secret police. We're getting this information about some of these recent purchases of apps from the tech news site 404 Media. They got a redacted acquisition document, and it shows ICE entering into a contract to buy all-in-one tools from a company called Penlink that will allow agents to compile, process, and validate billions of daily location signals from hundreds of millions of mobile devices. The document also includes references to payments for services, including face detection, advanced face search, and a dark web data feed. What are the products? Tangles automatically ingests historical data from multiple communications channels, mobile forensics, internet-based communications, location data, financial records, and web intelligence. And the company that created this platform, they previously had been available on Meta. They were kicked off for allegedly being found using Facebook and WhatsApp accounts to snoop on activists and opposition politicians in Hong Kong and Mexico. So they've already shown themselves perfectly willing to crack down on dissidents in other countries. Now they get to do it here. And the Trump administration has reportedly restarted a $2 million contract with Paragon Solutions, which is a spyware company founded in Israel, whose products have been accused of facilitating the surveillance of journalists and activists. Paragon has advertised their zero-click graphite program that can quietly invade the mobile phone of its target and extract its contents, even from encrypted apps. Now that had been shut down under Biden after the DHS had found it had broken a law involving usage of location data. But again, breaking those laws don't matter to Trump, and it's back on the table. And so this is a very wide range of different ways to violate your privacy, to collect information. And it seems likely to be used in connection with these other things we're talking about to crack down on activists and people criticizing Donald Trump. What do you think, Brett?
It's just like so obvious, and that's why it's so frustrating that people who are on like the Trump side of it don't see it as obvious. Like that's the problem, is they've built so much, and I don't even think it's just them, it's more glaring on their side of it, to me anyways. But like they've built so much of their identity around Donald Trump being right about stuff and being the opposite of like the surveillance state and being the opposite of all these things that they've criticized about the establishment. But like watching people slowly come to the realization is fun that he is not, coming to the realization that he is not symbolic of those things they thought he was. That's fun to watch. And it's wildly infuriating to watch them be like, listen, the surveillance state's out of control. The government's too big. Big brother is in our pocket. So we should be with Donald Trump. And then when you show them this kind of data, it's just like, it doesn't look like anything to me. But like, at least the comedians, like the Tim Dillons of the world, are loudly criticizing this move. Now they end up saying stuff and
are they vaguely,
what's that? Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was sarcastic. Okay, good.
No, they are. Like Tim Dillon, just like he's like Palantir, Palantir, Palantir is a surveillance state. This is bad. Kash Patel, he's criticizing them. Even like Jimmy Dore's criticizing Kash Patel and the FBI doing all their investigations. Someone might found that the other day. That was like a full circle moment. So that's nice. But like, there's a lot of people who are kind of waking up to this. And is it the crack that will end up creating like the dam busting moment and they'll all abandon him? I don't know. The right wing has invested literally millions, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, and they've created billions and billions of dollars in wealth for themselves, creating these like information bubbles. so that they can rob you with the other hand or investigate you with the other hand. There's a lot more, but I think that's enough for me.
There is, and just to end the segment, some of the places that they're going to be able to snoop in and take information from include Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, and even Russia's VKontakte, if any of you were using that. By the way, as ICE is using more and more apps to invade your privacy, ICE tracking apps that just report on where ICE is, which one would think would be public information. Apple has bowed down to pressure, and they are no longer going to be listing those ICE tracking apps. They're not breaking any laws. They're just letting people know about what's happening, but the government doesn't like it, and Apple's giving in.